Mortensen here at the magic office of Tom Painter because I was having technical difficulties. As we're going to get into the millionaire mindset, why we do what we do, how easy it can be. I don't know if you've ever had one of those tests in school, an open book test. All the answers are there. So if you want to be wealthy, you want to be successful, the answers are there. There's no secret. You just follow the systems laid out by Tom and the Success of Money Foundation, step by step. It's an open book test. The answers are there. I've mentioned it before. You want to become a millionaire, you start thinking, acting, and doing what other millionaires do. You follow their lead, follow their systems. They've been down the path. The worst thing you can do is I'll just figure it out on my own. You don't have time for that. You need to be able to follow the systems, follow the people, follow those that are successful. That is the key. And so as we talk about what's taking people so long, what we're going to be talking about today is that, ask yourself, are you wondering what's taking so long to be successful, to be wealthy, to get what you want? And I had the same challenge. I used to go to all the seminars and I'd listen to these millionaires talk about vision and mindset and goal setting. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, give me the tools. And they kept talking about it. And I finally realized those are the tools. Those are the most important tools, because if you're not programmed for wealth and success, it's never going to happen. You're going to sabotage yourself. So I want to talk about a few of the things that will make a huge difference for you and your success. So it's kind of how we believe about money and think about money. If for some reason we get planted these seeds, these beliefs growing up that money is bad, money's the root of all evil, and that's not true. If you love money more than your family, first friends, and society, that probably would be evil. But if you want to help a poor person, the best thing you can do is not be poor yourself. You want to change the world, you want to improve lives, it takes a little income to be able to do that. You can bless people, you can help people. And if you have the talents and skills to be financially independent and you don't, you just take care of your family instead of the community, that could be considered a little selfish. But think about it. Have you been programmed that money's bad? You can't make it to heaven if you earned too much income? And that's not true. Again, if you love money more than your family and friends, that could be evil, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about blessing the lives of others, changing your beliefs that money's good. It changes the world. It helps you out. And we pursue wealth for three reasons. It makes your life easier. It blesses the lives around you. And what it makes of you, it makes you a better person as far as the skills that you learn and develop over the time. So it's an important trait that we need to have. But then again, we've been surrounded by people that say negative things like money's the root of all evil, or my favorite one, when someone comes up to you and says, well, money's not important. Just look them right in the eye and say, you don't have any, do you? Because it is. It changes the world. It helps the world. So we got to change our beliefs and talk about those things. And that's the challenge. That's what's holding you back, is you have conflicting beliefs. Meaning, especially when you're young, first grade, when you're told something about yourself or wealth or success, it becomes a belief. So you might have the belief of money's the root of all evil, and the belief, I want to be successful, I want to help, and I want to change the world. And they conflict. When they conflict, you don't hit your target. Think about it. If an airplane was coming in for a landing and had two control towers telling it what to do, the results would not be good. And that's true with you. What are your conflicting beliefs? You want a safe, secure job. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be the best dad and mom in the world, but you want to work hard. So sometimes these conflicting beliefs can hold us back. So what are your conflicting beliefs about success and wealth that you need to fine tune? Well, I have to have an education. Well, sometimes you do, but we can't get stuck on that to where maybe it's just getting out, getting started. Working hard could be a long way. So let me give you some tools that'll help you sculpt your mind, give you a better mindset, improve your beliefs. You've probably heard them before, but ask yourself, are you doing it? Are you making it happen? So the first one is vision. The universe will not reward you physically until you believe it mentally, until you can see it mentally. Can you see yourself as successful? Can you see yourself running that side hustle? Can you see yourself doing that? Think about Olympic athletes, right? Olympic athletes that, win a gold medal. How many times have they visualized that gold medal before they actually won it? One, two, no, thousands. The same for you. You have to create your world through a vision. Now, how can you do that? You can do a vision board. I think you probably heard about that before, cutting out the pictures of your goals, things that you want. That works for some people. Some people, it's writing out their goals. Notice I say written out, maybe rewrite them every day. Write yourself $1 million check every day. If that's still something that'll work for you. I know Robert Allen's taught us to do vivid vision statements where we write out our perfect day and how we put car we're driving, what our home looks like. That could work for you. Some people, before they go to bed, program their brain. They visualize their future, their success. Remember, until it's created mentally, it will not happen physically, and you have to work on that. Now, for a lot of you, maybe it's all the above. Do a vision board. Write down your goals. Write yourself $1 million check. Imagine yourself doing that, because when you first start doing it, when you say something like, and a lot of people do daily affirmations, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. And your brain goes, no, you're not. And that's painful sometimes. Or maybe your family and friends say that. But let me just tell you, every time you say that with meaning, every time you write down your goals, look at your vision board, a bit of that doubt will erode away. It'll become more and more real, more and more real, more and more believable, and easier to motivate yourself to get yourself to do it. That's got to be one of the big keys that we'll be working for your success, is reprogramming your brain, surrounding yourself by better people. That is the key. Get an open book test. All the answers are there. So let me review. You can do a vision board with your pictures, write down your goals, program your brain mentally before you go to sleep. You can write down your vivid vision statement, surround yourself with better people, probably all of the above. And every step you take, you get closer and closer. Your fears will erode away. Your doubts will erode away. Your worry will erode away. Because you want to know the opposite of vision? A worry. If you're stuck on worry, it's because your vision's not strong enough. You can't see yourself doing it. That is the key. Whether you're reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which is on the website, a must read probably every year, right? Napoleon Hill interviewed millionaires. What do they have in common? And it's all right here. All the mindset, the way they think, the way they visualize, overcoming their worry, overcoming their fear. The more you visualize, that fear will erode away and it becomes real. And that is the key to people's success. And so that is a big one we need to talk about too. I also noticed that we've mentioned millionaires have bigger networks. They have more friends. They get to know more people. There's something about expanding your networks, finding people that you can network with, that you can get to know. And think about it, everybody you get to know can help you. So think about that. You can meet the world's greatest failure and learn what not to do. I mean, you can learn from people. That is just something that you can do. And everybody can, especially as you start a side hustle, can purchase from you, do business with you, know someone who can do business with you. So those are some things to really think about to address the fear, to get you motivated to be successful, because we're rooting for you here. You've got all the tools you need to be able to do this, but you've got to reprogram your brain, give yourself permission to win, change your belief system, because those beliefs could really taint your life. In fact, one of my favorite stories was about someone who got stuck. Remember I mentioned earlier, when you're around first grade and you're taught something about yourself, it becomes a belief, but your brain's not mature enough to refute it. Again, that's what screws us up as adults with all these conflicting beliefs. So I was reading this book. I was flying over to Singapore to do a training. I'd run out of books to read, went to the bookstore in the Hong Kong bookstore, and I noticed all the books. I didn't recognize them, which is odd. I'm in the book business. And then I realized they were all bestsellers out of Australia. Like, all right, so this one had a really interesting title. So I bought it. It was an autobiography of a gentleman named Peter Daniels. I don't know, he had dyslexia growing up. Nobody knew. So he's labeled dumb, slow learner, hated school. And in first grade, remember that age, in first grade, the family moved, 2 months left of first grade, and he pleaded with his father, I don't want to go back to school. Of course, Dad didn't know about the dyslexia. You have to go to school. And He did. He was assigned to a school teacher named Miss Phillips. Mean, angry, vindictive, yelled, didn't like Peter Daniels. He didn't learn fast enough, made him sit in the back. He just hated it. So an hour left of school one day, and she was handing out back a test he'd taken the day before, and he looked down with dismay. It was a big red F. He'd failed another test, so he flipped it over. Hopefully nobody saw. And something happened that destroyed poor Peter Daniels. Miss Phillips went to the front of the class and said, "Class, Peter Daniels has failed another test." His eyes got wide. She said, "Peter, come to the front." She's on down. So sheepishly walked. She grabbed him by the hand. Said, "This is Peter Daniels. He's not only did he fail his test, he's going to fail out of school. Probably been his failure his whole life. You probably shouldn't talk to him. You probably shouldn't be his friend." Ouch. First grade, planted the belief, and he did. He'd been failed out of school. Failure, failure, failure. And then in the middle of his life, he realized that all these failures came from this planted belief, because nothing he was trying was working out. So he changed his belief, gave himself permission to win, eliminated those conflicting beliefs, decided to get into commercial real estate. Of course, he's all excited about it. New belief system, new path, told his family and friends. And yeah, you're usually the first ones that spit on our dreams. They judge us on our past mistakes, not our future potential. And when people do that to you, you just say, "Watch me." Let them say negative things to you. But he got in. He worked hard. Stars were aligned, and retired a billionaire. A billionaire. Retired. Wrote the book I was reading. You want to know the title? Miss Phillips, You Were Wrong. Okay. And every single one of us has a Miss Phillips in our life, a chapter to write, a book to write. No, this is your time to follow your heart. You have enough people telling you all the reasons you can't do it. Successful people change their beliefs. They follow their heart. They know they're on the right path. Those are the huge keys to mindset. So just work on those things a little bit at a time. Don't expect miracles overnight, but that mindset is key. This is like the software on your phone, the software in your computer. You could have the best computer hardware, but if your software mindset is not up to speed, then it's going to hold everything back. So if you're wondering what's taking so long, go back to the courses, go back to Millionaire Psychology, go back to Think and Grow Rich, work on a little bit of time. Remember the big ones we talked about that really help your beliefs and build your vision so it feels real. Writing down your goals as often as possible, a vision board. Before you go to sleep, program your subconscious mind about your success. Write a vivid vision statement. All of the above, more the better. Surround yourself with better people. Increase your networks. Again, success is an open book test. The answers are there. You want to be successful. You want to be a millionaire. You start thinking, acting, and doing what other millionaires do. So there we have it. We've got the tools and resources at successandmoney.com. Hopefully you realize what a big blessing this should be for you with all that training that used to, like Tom mentioned, cost $5,000. That's available to you. You get paid to earn. It's an incredible benefit for you. So take advantage of it, share it with other people, and make a big difference and go out and change the world.